Audio-video components and connections. One of the services we provide at Livewire is the installation of audio-video equipment for a home theater system. While the equipment and connection cables will inevitably change over time, this video will give you an overview of the current audio-video components and connections. Let's look at the various components we might install for a home theater system. The AV receiver receives audio and video signals from various source components and processes them to a speaker and a display. In other words, all of the audio and video from the various source components go through the AV receiver and onto the display or speakers. The display might be a television, a monitor, or a projector with screen. The speakers may be passive or active. Passive speakers do not have a built-in amplifier and must be connected to the receiver. Active speakers have a built-in amplifier and therefore don't have to run through the receiver. They can be connected directly to the source component or display. The speakers might include 5 to 7 individual speakers for surround sound, a single soundbar placed below the display, and/or a subwoofer. The source components where the audio and or video signals originate may include a cable box or satellite receiver, a smart box like Apple TV, a DVD or Blu-ray player, a video game console, or a music component such as Sonos. Now let's look at how we connect these components to one another. Whenever you are hooking up a home theater, you will want to use the highest quality type of connection possible. For video, starting with the highest signal quality, your choices are HDMI, component audio video, S-video, composite video, and RF or coax. For audio, starting with the highest signal quality, you have HDMI, digital, which can be coaxial or optical, and analog RCA. While you want to use the highest quality connection possible, the connection cable you use will most likely be dictated by the outputs available on the source components, AV receiver, and displays. Let's look at how you might set up a home theater system. Our example home theater system includes an AV receiver, an HD TV as the display, a Sonos playbar for the speaker, a cable box, a Blu-ray player, and a Nintendo Wii. We will run an HDMI cable from an HDMI output on the receiver to an HDMI input on the HD TV. We will run an optical cable from the optical cable output on the TV to the input on the Sonos playbar. Since the playbar has a built-in amplifier, it does not have to be connected to the receiver. It will play all of the audio from the source components that are run into the TV. We will connect the cable box, Blu-ray player, and Nintendo Wii to the receiver. For the cable box, we will run another HDMI cable from the HDMI output on the cable box to one of the HDMI inputs on the AV receiver. We will also run an HDMI cable from an HDMI output on the Blu-ray player to a different HDMI input on the AV receiver. The Nintendo Wii only has a composite video output, so we will have to use that type of cable. We will run a composite video cable from the output on the Nintendo Wii to a composite video input on the receiver. We have one more piece that we must include for the home theater system, a remote control. Most often, the remote control will come with an IR transmitter to control the various components. In addition to placing the transmitter in close proximity to the various components, you may have to run an IR extender from the transmitter to the television. We use Goop to attach the extender to the television in a location that will allow the signal to successfully control the TV. That's it! Now you know the various audio and video components that make up a home theater system and how you would go about connecting those components to one another.